Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 2023 Mercury Retrograde reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps this channel grow, helps me out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so very much. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this Mercury retrograde. Now, no, Mercury retrograde during this time is going to be from the 21st of April to the 14th of May. Now, that's the main Mercury retrograde, but Mercury retrograde starts with a pre shadow period on the 7th of April. It started on the 7th of April, and it will last with the post shadow period all the way to the 31st of May. So just be aware of that because that's quite a time. Okay, let's see. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly, guide this reading. Here we have the High Priestess. We need to be aware that we ourselves are starting to open up, become more attuned to a lot of different things during this time, a lot of things during this time, spiritual. Like the veil is being lifted from our eyes and we're seeing things much more in depth, much more powerfully, with much more awareness than we have before. So that's going to be a very powerful thing for us, Aries. It's also going to be something that we're not really into right now. It's like, no, I don't want that. I kind of want the meat and potatoes of things. I want the, heart of it all. I don't want the actual emotions, of it all. I don't want the heart of it all. I just want, kind of like, I just want to kind of gloss over things. That's really what I'm seeing here. So we want things to kind of like the Spark Notes versions, kind of like the quick notes, give me just what I need right now or what I need to get by or what kind of like looks good, feels good right now. And I'll deal with the rest later. Thank you very much. So just be aware of this with the High Priestess. And I don't mean that to insult anybody. I know somebody's going to be listening and saying, oh no, I want to go really deep. Then this is also telling you that as you go deeper, it can become very overwhelming. It can become very intense. It can become something that's like, okay, the veil is lifted from my eyes. I'm seeing, I'm connecting with the spirit world so much more. I'm connecting with my psychic powers, my, empathetic powers, and I can't turn it off. So we can need a teacher for this. So just be aware of this during this time with the High Priestess as energy to be mindful of. So let's see what Spirit has to say to us. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, here, wisdom. Wisdom is like reversed, but it's like turning, so it's not completely reversed. It's like this. So we feel wise sometimes, and other times we just feel overwhelmed, out of our depth, questioning, seeking, wanting more. So the wisdom is here, and we see that with the High Priestess as well. The wisdom is here, but things are overwhelming. When we have a Mercury retrograde, this Mercury retrograde is in the very beginning, of the Taurus time period. Taurus begins on the 20th, right? This Mercury retrograde begins on the 21st. So we're right in the beginning. We still have the Aries energy from Aries season coming in, from the Aries new moon solar eclipse, coming in. That's all very intense. This moon can hit us. It can hit us very hard and in a very Taurian way. So what this means is that if we have Taurus within our natal chart, well, let's look at what the cards have to say. But if we have Taurus within our natal chart, it's going to hit us where Taurus falls in our natal chart. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. and show me clearly, angels. Oh, goodness. Okay. So when it says that it'll hit us in a very Taurian way, it also means that Taurus is ruled by Venus. Okay. And that makes Taurus one of the most sensual of all the signs. Both Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus. So the heart leads first, even though we might not think of those two signs of having the heart lead first, maybe more so with Libra than with Taurus. But Taurus is an astoundingly sensitive, astoundingly sensual sign. So be aware of it. It is also a very grounded earth energy. So when we have Mercury retrograde come into effect, Mercury falls under the realm of all communication, right? It rules all communication. It also rules Gemini and it rules Virgo. So if we have those two signs in our chart, they're ruled by Mercury, so they can be a little wonky during this time as well. Mercury rules communication, news, information, travel, technology, and it seems like Mercury moves backwards, okay? Because at this point, it's not moving as fast as the Earth is around the sun. The Mercury takes 88 days to move around the sun, and so it moves quicker than the Earth does. And when we feel like it's standing still or we feel like it's moving backwards, it just messes with things. It's like, okay, well, how is the communication moving forward? How am I able to get to where I want to be? We can find that communicating itself can just feel overwhelming. If we're ADHD, we can definitely feel like I lose my train of thought astoundingly easily. So be aware of this during this time. Taurus, okay, because the Mercury will also fall in the realm of Taurus, falls in the realm of Taurus. This energy is absolutely amazing at manifesting. A Taurian can manifest like nobody's business. A high vibrational energy Taurus, my gosh, do they have things like in the physical world? Can they manifest just brilliantly? So when we have Mercury retrograde in Taurus, we can find that we feel like we're not manifesting the way that we usually do. And we might not be manifesting as quickly as we usually do. So that is definitely correct. We also find that Taurus is amazing at creature comforts, at luxury, at looking at the quality of things. And we can find that, people misunderstand as we look at the quality of things. And we're trying to say, this isn't maybe up to our expectations, and people take offense. Things get, feelings get hurt. So just be aware of that. Taurians can also be astoundingly stubborn. So with this Mercury retrograde in Taurus, okay, our energy is practical, but we can be mulish within things. So just be aware of that as well. We are crowned here with the Six of Swords reversed, okay? The Six of Swords is being able to celebrate ourselves. We really don't feel like we can right now for one reason or another. We feel frustrated, we feel overwhelmed, we feel like we're not moving forward the way that we need to, the way that we want to, and things are intense. So being aware of that and knowing that, yeah, we can be hard on ourselves, that's going to be important. With the 10 of Wands, we're carrying a lot, a lot. And we're not really giving ourselves credit for how much we're carrying and the weight that it's putting on us. It makes us feel at times like we only see the dirt on our shoes. Like other people aren't putting things together. I see more like a ladder being built, and it very much feels like we're the only ones trying to ascend things, trying to move things forward, trying to make things work in a very positive, prosperous way. So with the 10 of Wands, we feel overburdened. We have to communicate that, but that's going to be a very hard thing for us Aries to do, because it's like, okay, the communication isn't working. I'm saying this, and we can find that we're saying XYZ, or we feel like we're making ourselves very clear. The other person isn't hearing it. So if you're overburdened, if you are feeling just overwhelmed, you have to make sure that you're making this known, because you're going to blow up like a top otherwise. You can get a little bit too mulish. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, well, if nobody's going to help me, I'm going to do this so well myself that they're just going to be amazed. Okay, just be mindful of that. That it can be an anger that manifests itself into a stubbornness that doesn't serve anybody. Okay, really kind of drags us down. The King of Cups, this is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. We can be born on the cusp with Pisces. We have strong water sign energy in our chart. Now, this is a drop spindle right here. that he's holding. And with a drop spindle, well, you drop it, right? And it and you guide the fiber, okay, the yarn, the wool that you're or flax or whatever that you're spinning with. And what we're going to see here is that as we gain our emotional knowledge, we feel like we were dropped. We just feel like something, like the rug got pulled out from underneath us in a very profound way. And we're going to find that as we move towards what we love, we move towards it with a diligence of heart, spirit, soul, and self. And it's like, no, this is what I want. I had the rug pulled out from underneath me. I get it. I see it. I lived it. I understand it. But I'm not doing that again. And I'm going to move me forward. So there's a stubbornness of spirit. There's a passion of self. I know some people are going to say, before when I was talking about things astrologically, they're going to say, oh, is this a Taurus reading? This is obviously a Taurus reading. No, this is an Aries reading. Okay. And here it's like, Aries, follow your heart. Follow your heart even when the rug gets pulled out from underneath you, even when you feel overwhelmed, even when you're looking at things and thinking, nope, can't do this. No, thank you. It's like, follow your heart. Listen to your emotions, because your heart has memory as well as your brain. We focus on the brain memory, but so much of our life, so much of our instinctual self focuses on the heart memory. So be aware of that. Now we have two completions of a cycle. One is you're carrying too much weight. Be aware of that. The other, and that's burdens. I don't mean physical weight. This is burdens, okay? Too much negativity. Too much is being put on your shoulders. With the Ten of Swords, there's a dying away of the old self. There's an overkill that's happening. Okay, it can be you're examining it, you're overlooking it. With the Ten of Swords, there's just a sense of overburdened. I'm overburdened. I have been attacked from all different angles, and I've gained a lot of knowledge, but it has come at a cost. It has. It has come at a cost. So with the Ten of Swords, be aware of this. Acknowledge it. Understand it as you're moving forward. Because the Ten of Swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is a person laying down on the ground, with 10 swords in his back. That's overkill. But also remember that in the time where people battled with swords, you would go and clear out the battlefield once a battle was won. You would go and take the swords and the armor and everything like that, because that was money. That was just wealth beyond imagining. So here, you have wealth beyond imagining that has tried to ruin you. But when you stand up and you embrace your heart and you look at things that you have learned and you know your mind, oh my gosh, are you heading for success? It's like you are now armed like nobody had ever expected. The Three of Cups, celebration, success, prosperity. The Seven of Pentacles, patience. It's not all going to come at once. This Mercury retrograde is going to be the end of a cycle when it comes to carrying too much of a load and being betrayed. All right? You're done with it. You have here the Three of Cups. This is celebration. Again, the drop spindles come into play. So you feel like you've been spun around, right? You feel like the rug has been pulled out from underneath you. Something has dropped out from underneath you. When you get that like drop feeling in your stomach sometimes, get it sometimes in the car. It's very odd. But here with the Three of Cups, it's very much a sense of, yeah, things have changed. And things have changed for primarily three people in your life. Okay. One being you, right? And you're going to see that the way you celebrate yourself, the way that you move forward is quite extreme and is quite powerful. It brings you to the Seven of Pentacles, plant your seeds. Oh my gosh. This new moon that was right around, like right here, the 19th and the 20th, this new moon was all about setting intentions. If you didn't do it on the new moon, you still have plenty of time. That energy is going to be around us for the next 6 months, okay? And into 2024 at times. So here with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, be patient. Be patient with this Mercury retrograde. Because it's like, if you can wait it out, if you can take the blows, if you can take the feeling overwhelmed, the chaotic energy that comes, and come, the 14th of May, you're like, okay, I learned, I saw, I took notes, I get it. And then come the 31st of May, because things aren't going to calm down till out of the post shadow period, then it's like, oh, wow, I'm ready. It's like you're a boss, right? It's like all of a sudden you become just so powerful, so driven, so insightful. And it's because you've planted the seeds. It's because you've taken notes. It's because you've looked at things and said, oh, well, what about this? And, oh, what about that? And, oh, I see this. So be aware. Be very, very aware of this, Because even though you don't feel like this is a time where you can celebrate yourself because you're overburdened, this is a time where your heart, oh, it starts to know you like never before. It moves you to your subconscious energy to be mindful of. This is justice. This is that Libra energy, also ruled by Venus, right? The heart is going to be really powerful during this time. Subconsciously, we need to be mindful of wanting everything to be super balanced, super fair, super just, super this way. And it's not always going to be just. I know people don't like hearing it. I don't like saying it. But in life, sometimes we don't get justice for certain things. Sometimes things don't work out the way that we thought they would, thought they should. And that can be very overwhelming. But be aware. Be aware that even if things aren't balanced, you still need to move forward. Don't get caught up on, well, it has to be fair. It has to be just. Sometimes it's not going to be, okay? But we can get really caught up in that and like, no, that's not fair. And it can rob us away from the energy we need to be, delegating to other places. Our subconscious message from spirit here is clarity. We have a lot of clarity coming to us during this time, which sounds silly with a Mercury retrograde where it feels like there's no clarity at all. But no, we have a lot of clarity coming in. We have a lot of insights. It comes through things going chaotically. It comes through misunderstandings. It comes through, hurt feelings and anger and frustration. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, I see. Oh, I get it. Okay. I see where you're coming from. I get it. There's a rawness that makes everything just a little bit more real. It moves us to our subconscious tarot message, and that's the Wheel of Fortune. This is a changing time. This is a powerful time. And we're going to see us changing. We're going to see our trajectory forward changing. We're going to be looking at things and really, really knowing a new season is coming. A new season is coming to us. Because we now have 3 10s, right? Divinity is saying this is a divine change that's coming. It's a divine change. And it is going to be something that moves us forward in a way that we weren't really prepared for, or we didn't really understand we wanted or needed or desired or could grasp. But we're going to see ourselves moving forward in a way that is really quite profound. And that's going to be a really good thing. It is. But hold on, it's going to be like buckle your seatbelts. You're in for a wild ride. It's a good ride, but it's wild. All right. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all and God bless. Bye.